guys, Eric here. We're at Comic-Con. There's so much going on. You guys, Zach, David, you got a ton going on. I feel like at this point you're like the princes of Comic-Con, right? With Nerd HQ.
I would say barons.
Barons, okay.
Lords, if you will.
Yeah.
Dukes of no, but it's insane. It's insane. We're in year 5 of Nerd HQ. Our little engine that we started 5 years ago. We started the Nerd Machine, our kind of our lifestyle brand for nerd culture, if you will, and then trying to activate that brand and get people through the doors and buy some merch and all that stuff. We're like, well, let's just give people something awesome, and that's where Nerd HQ came out of. And a lot of things that we just kind of felt like we wanted fans and celebrities to have a little oasis where they could connect together in a safe and respectful place, and then also give people free video games and technology to play with, and come charge your phone, come have a dance party every night because we're gluttons for punishment. And our Conversations for a Cause, which are our panels, which are really intimate and have basically all sold out already. I think we're doing like 34 this year, which is
more than 30, which is the most we've ever done.
The most we've ever done, and having awesome partners like IGN who are going to stream all of our panels. So thank you. We're super excited about it.
No, we are too. Yeah, you can watch all of the Nerd HQ panels on IGN or IGN's YouTube channel. As Zach was saying, you guys, Comic-Con's great. These huge panels are great, but you have for something else that's great, which is a more intimate, sort of smaller gathering. Can you talk about some of the people you have on this year?
Yeah, I mean, this year we have some great people returning that we've had before, like guys like Nathan Fillion, Joss Whedon, guys from Supernatural, friends from our friends from Robot Chicken,
Stephen Amell,
those
Felicia
guys,
Day,
Felicia. But we also have some new guys like William Shatner.
Like William friggin' Shatner.
Yeah. And stuff like, just having the opportunity to have for fans to just do a complete Q&A for, 45 minutes to an hour. It's just something really special, and it's something they can, take away with them forever. And I think they find it as one of the most highlights of their weekend when they come down here.
Yeah.
For you guys, what is Comic-Con at this point? Being an elder statesman as myself, what's it like Comic-Con for you? Like, what do you feel the vibe of Comic-Con?
It's weird. I mean, every year's been a little bit different, and I guess all just kind of depending on where I'm at in life or where we're at with the Nerd Machine and stuff. This year feels really good. Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's nice. When Chuck ended, that was we were just focused on HQ. I didn't really have anything to do with the convention. Now this year, I'm doing the Heroes Reborn, that stuff right behind us.
Yes.
I'm doing that panel at Hall H. It's my first panel at Hall H, which is. Oh, actually, no, I'm doing another panel at Hall H also this year, the Brave New Warriors panel, I think. It's fun. It's like I get to go over there and be at the mothership and do some of that stuff, and then I'll come back over and, do all of our Nerd HQ stuff. And so it's great. And we, I don't know, we got our little golf carts and we drive around, and people they know us. We see people wearing HQ hats and shirts, and or even if they're not, and they just go, hey, Dave, hey, Zach. And we're like, hey, how are you? Happy Comic-Con, It's weird. It's like there's... When you've been here long enough, you just kind of, people know you and you know them, and it just feels like that fun weekend that everybody comes back together again once a year.
What's it like for you seeing Comic-Con and Nerd HQ kind of intertwine and become sort of these things that people think of together?
I mean, that's obviously very flattering for us. I mean, obviously this is the mecca of nerddom every year, and we are happy to play a little part that we play and give fans an opportunity to do something maybe a little different, but. We're glad to be down here. We think it's awesome, all the stuff we have this year for people to check out. So
Star
we definitely
Wars
want Star Wars Battlefront from AMD and EA, Sony PS4 Battlefront. We have Sony Morpheus.
Project Morpheus, the VR.
Which is so much fun. So I think all the stuff we have over there going on is just just something different, and they can try something out that they can't do anywhere else. So.
Zach, I have to ask you. You mentioned a little show that right behind us, we happen to have this nice backdrop.
Yeah, Blind Spot.
Blind Spot as well. Jamie's great. Your fellow is
and
Guardian.
Sullivan Stapleton.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let's talk Heroes Reborn. What's it like, coming into that universe? Heroes and Chuck used to air on Monday nights together. Does it feel like a weird full circle thing?
It's very kismet-y, heady, but awesome.
Yeah.
I was a fan of the show. Chuck premiered a year after they premiered, and so I was able to watch the first season and a good bit of the second. But then, my work schedule was so intense, I didn't really get to watch beyond that much. But I was always so we had such an awesome time making Chuck. But I always had this slight little envy in me of they get to fly. I want to fly or teleport or whatever. And and I met all those guys, all the whole cast, and Tim, and you know, it was just a great group. And so when it was announced that it was coming back, I immediately went to my team and said, hey, miniseries, great, you know, it's only a 13-episode commitment, a really fun, cool world to play in, let's go after that. And we did, and they responded in kind, and they liked the idea of me doing it, and we have such a great cast and crew, and you know, it's just a really fun experience. And it's very dark. It's super moody. It's very different than Chuck.
It does. I mean, I've seen some footage at Upfronts. I saw footage. There's been some more. Looks like you might be playing not such a nice guy.
I'm not such a nice guy, man. I'm a tortured man. I'm a tortured man. Let's just say I'm not using a trank gun anymore. I'm using a real one.
That's true.
Yeah.
You seen the darker side of Zach come out?
Well,
yeah.
Dave was
The
our
trank-
on-set prop
yeah.
master on Chuck.
I was there for
so
a long
he was the one handing me my
yeah,
trank gun all the time.
those trank guns were the bane of my existence for like 3 years.
Right. So now you get to show a different side here. I want to quickly ask you also about a Geeks Who Drink.
Yeah.
About on Sci-Fi. Can you say what's the
Yeah,
the dynamic on that?
well, Geeks Who Drink, they're the most kind of well-known pub trivia circuit in the United States, like 600 bars across the nation or whatever. And Condé Nast licensed the rights to make the television show version of that. They brought it to Kinetic Content, and they brought it to us at the Nerd Machine because they thought, you know what, you guys could kind of crack this thing and really bring the voice and vantage point that we think that we needed. And so we produced a pilot. Dave just kicked ass producing the pilot.
There's a great team in Kinetic and the team they brought in, so we had a
Kinetic
great.
and Condé, yeah. And I was like off in Toronto making Heroes, but and then we made this great pilot, and Sci-Fi picked it up and they said, listen, we really think that you need to be the face of this. It's your baby, and you'll give it life. And I was like, look, I've never hosted a game show before. I'll check it off my bucket list. Let's go.
Right.
And we got great celebrity team captains, other great contestants from the general public that know far more than any of us.
Lots of
did.
Comic-Con attendees who are
Nice.
And it's super fun. It's a half an hour of trivia and booze, and I'm like a slightly lushy Alex Trebek. You know, it's good.
Nothing wrong with that.
And it premieres July 16th on Sci-Fi at 11 p.m. 10 Central.
Looking forward to that. And then lastly, just have to ask you, all we know about Thor Ragnarok is the title Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Do you know anything more?
No, that's all I know. I know that, and that it's, you know, with the release date is, I think, November 2017, which means they're going to shoot it next summer-ish. And maybe I get a call in a few months saying, pack your bags, and maybe I get a call saying, we really enjoyed your work in the last one, and we'll be seeing you. You know, I don't know. I hope that Vandrel, I hope the Warriors 3, Lady Sif, you know, I hope that we all get to be a part of that.
Yeah.
But if we're not, then, you know, that's theirs. I'm just along for the ride, you know. But Vandrel is so much fun, man. I mean, it's like this Errol Flynn, Lothario. I get to be blonde and speak with a British accent. I mean, you know, it's fun.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're going to be back. That's what I'm saying.
I hope so.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Once again, Nerd HQ, you can find all the panels, IGN or IGN's YouTube channel. These guys are going to be all over Comic-Con, as will we, so stick around here at IGN.
Zang.